But has it actually gone through because the government's backed down and what we're getting is a very soft Brexit?
Oh, no, we're certainly not getting a very soft Brexit. But what the government has been done is look sensibly at some of the suggestions that have been made, for example, on the question of the use of the Henry VIII powers. You know, there's going to be a slight change to that today, which I think is acceptable, that there'll be a committee. We've got all these statutory instruments going to be coming through, probably up to about 800 of them. We can't possibly vote on every single one of those. So I think, you know, there's some reasonable things that the government's accepted. But on the whole, I mean, I share Vicky's agreement that, agree with her about overall, you know, we've got through to the next stage, which was the crucial thing to get the trading negotiations starting. And we haven't, you know, I got another the Prime Minister yesterday agreeing absolutely firmly that we would be leaving the single market, the internal market, and the customs union. And that, to me, is I don't like these terms either, soft and hard. It's only journalists who like that.
I mean, we are going to have
no one has ever, you know, it's this whole
regulatory alignment, aren't we?
Well,
so effectively we're going to rebuild
we
what
can
we've
talk
done.
for the next 2 hours on what we mean by regulatory alignment. I'm very clear that...
I know what the Irish government thinks about it.
Well, I mean, the Irish government are one of 27 other countries.
They're a really important one.
They're important, but no more important than any other country in terms of the end deal.
Well,
and, you know, it was very interesting that we saw the Irish government kind of roll back a little bit as the week progressed, and it really did. I think there was a huge shock to the European Union Commission last Monday when they thought everything was sorted, and suddenly the Prime Minister said no. And I think that actually then meant that later in the week it was much more quickly that the EU Commission came out and said, we are accepting that we have moved further. You know, I think they realised then that our government will stand up when it comes to that real crunch issue.
No, but wasn't there, from their point of view, a net gain in as much as the special status that was being considered for Northern Ireland was then extended to all of the UK, and it goes back to this regulatory alignment and effectively rebuilding a lot of the things that we're withdrawing from.
It's as everybody has said, it's about, well, everybody who's a leaver has said, it's about the rules at the end. It's how we end up agreeing certain things. We're not going to be under EU law, and we're not going to be under the Court of Justice, and we're not going to be covering every single bit. It'll only be those aspects that actually relate to the very important issue of the Northern Ireland border.